we're gonna end Xbox with Starfield. So you didn't get a chance to check out the 45-minute video because it's 45 minutes, and
Right.
I sent you a lot of other videos that probably already took like an hour to watch. So yeah, we got an in-depth look at Starfield, and I'm not gonna lie, it looks good. I'm cautiously optimistic where before I was downright skeptical. Um,
Mm,
they showed a lot because, like I said, 45 minutes. They really took their time to show us like why we should be a little bit more hopeful because they know people were concerned, and also this game comes out September 6th, so you got to show something. It comes out
right.
relatively soon. So we got to look at the overarching plot of the game, the character customization, ship combat, base building on planets, the skill system, and a lot more. What excites me the most is the combat, both on the ground and in the ships. And you watched the trailer.
Yeah,
What did you
I
think of
did.
that?
I thought it was neat. Very good looking game. The 35 years in the making thing surprised me like
Well,
heavily.
it's not that they've been working on this game that whole time. It's that at some point they knew that they wanted to make a space game,
Mm.
and that this is their first new IP since in
Oh,
35
okay.
years. This is literally their first new IP. They've been up until now, or up until whenever they started working on this game, which was probably 10 years ago, based on how big this game is. Um, they had only been working on Elder Scroll and Fallout.
That makes sense. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I was like, 35 years in development, it's only just coming out now? That's
Yeah,
absurd.
this is their first new IP in 35 years, which is crazy.
That's a whole different kind of absurd.
Yeah, but what did you know about this game before you checked out that trailer? Or did you see any
I'd never
trailers
heard of
before
it,
that?
to be
Really?
honest.
You've
Really.
how did you never hear about this?
I have no clue. I've never heard of this game before today, or well, when you
Yeah,
sent me the trailer.
that's wow. Okay, yeah. Eventually, you're gonna have to maybe before next episode try and check out those 45 minutes. It might you might see something you like in there. But
I will. I will.
um, yeah. So since you know nothing, I thought you would know a little bit, but I'm gonna tell you the stuff that made everybody skeptical. So they showed us a little
Okay.
bit. They showed us some trailers. They showed us a tiny bit of combat before, and it didn't look that good. It looks good in what they showed a couple days ago, but people, were concerned, and the biggest reason people were concerned is the same reason people were concerned about No Man's Sky, because this game
Mm.
is supposed to have over 1,000 planets you can visit,
Oh,
and
okay.
that's a lot. And you might be asking yourself the question, why 1,000? Why not like 1,000's a lot? Like even 100, I feel like would have been enough.
Yeah.
Let alone you could have done a single solar system and just really focused on making each individual planet in that solar system interesting versus trying to make 1,000 planets. That's my thought process. It's like, but then I sort of thought about it a little bit more. I'm still not a big fan of 1,000 planet things, and I don't even think 100 would be. I think that would be too much. But I
Mhm.
understand doing multiple solar systems though, because even within one solar system, you would still get a sense of adventure and being able to fly your ship around space and stuff. But I feel like it's you to truly get that feeling of space adventure or of something like Star Wars. Having multiple solar systems makes sense. It's just a
Right.
matter that they decided to do over 1,000 that I think is just a weird arbitrary number that was unnecessary, and they could have
Yeah.
literally done like I don't know 20.
And even then, that's kind of pushing it.
They could have done 20 planets and like actually put work to make each of those planets very interesting and unique on their own, and that would have been fine. That would have been perfectly fine. That would have been more than enough. I don't know, understand why they did 1,000, and you know what that means. A lot of them are going to be boring.
Yeah.
But here's why I'm not as concerned about that as I was before, because the game gives you so much freedom that it feels like you can go out of your way to just ignore the parts that you think are boring. If you're into No Man's Sky and the idea of going to planets and mining, which is something you can do in this game, is interesting, you have the ability to do that. But if that's something you're not interested in at all, like me, despite the fact that there are thousands of planets, they do actually have hand built, handcrafted, like main planets and main space stations that they've built to be like these more populated areas. Like one of them is this city called New Atlantis on one of the main human settlements. That is, they say, is the biggest city they've ever made, and they have several other cities like that. So they still have like around five or so major cities and planets that you can explore, and I'm probably going to stick to those as well as like space stations. And my goal is this is probably going to be the first role playing game that I actually play, like actually role play as a character of my own creation. Because I feel like in most role playing games, I kind of just stick to the story. I don't like put myself into the role of this interesting character. Like I don't play it like it's D&D. You know what I mean?
Right.
I just play it like it's because I'm used to playing story focused video games that have defined characters. But this one is so open that I'm probably gonna actually go out of my way to just role play. And
Ooh, nice.
yeah, my plan is to be a bounty hunter. I just wanna get to the action. I'm gonna make a stealth build where I just got a sniper rifle and a pistol with silencer and a knife, and I'm going around assassinating people for money. And I'm gonna make a small but really fast ship with powerful guns, and that is gonna be how I play the game. Um, and yeah, it looks good. The skill system looks fun. The character creation, it's all right. It doesn't look very special, but there's this really interesting way that you create towards the end of the character creation where you choose like personality traits kind of that actually affect interactions with characters in the game, which is really interesting. It's hard for me to explain. You'd have to just see it to find out, but I think this game looks amazing. Um, like it's very open. It just like that's their goal is to literally just allow you to do anything you want. When it comes to the space combat, they showed that it isn't just as simple as flying around and shooting. You actually have to manage certain systems in the game on your ship, and that may sound a little complicated, but it's not as complicated as it sounds. It's like you have to allocate power to different parts of the ship, like
Oh wow.
like adding more power to your whatever they call it that allows you to like similar to like light go light speed to other planets and stuff. Your hyperdrive is what I'm gonna call it. You can turn that up so that it decreases the amount of time before it's ready for you to jump, so you can escape situations. Or of course you can turn up the energy on your shields or your weapons and things like that. And you can also unlock a skill that allows you to target individual like ship parts on the people that you're shooting. So like you can destroy their shields completely, and it's just
Nice.
it looks real cool. And like I oh wait no you weren't at our meeting on Monday, but I was taking a little bit of inspiration from the UI of Starfield and the design I was doing for the local type thing that we're doing,
Right.
or vocal type I meant to say. And it's they describe it the way they describe it I think is weird and not wholly accurate. They call it NASA punk, and I think adding the word punk in there is just wrong because
It doesn't.
nothing about it is punk, but it is very NASA, and they take a lot of inspiration from like 60s NASA and like
Ah.
the design of everything, and they make everything look super analog despite the fact that this is in the future. And you can also have like recruit people to run your ship. So my goal is to try to be a loner as long as possible and maybe get like one or two crew members, like a
Gotcha.
small crew. Like I feel like I'm gonna have fun with this game. I hope it's good. I really do. I don't want to
It
be
sounds
disappointed
like
in this game. And it's gonna be on Game Pass. Again, every time I say that, it's like Game Pass. It's no reason for me not to check it out.
right.
But yeah, that's all I have to say about Starfield. If you have nothing,
Yeah. I'm interested though. I'm definitely gonna watch that 45-minute thingy thing a little later.